Hello, 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 hello. Forgive my voice if I end up sounding a bit rough around the edges or whatever the case may be. I feel like my voice is a bit rough for whatever reason. I think I might have like overexerted myself yelling earlier. I don't know. I wasn't yelling. I was just upset at some things that have happened. I broke a plate. I just broke a plate and that upset me. So, but well, whatever. It is what it is. We move past that. We're playing Genshin. How are we all doing? It is I, Lance, by the way. I completely forgot to introduce myself. One day I'll get better at these VTuber introductions. In the meantime, you just have me stumbling my words until time immemorial. Let's go to Genshin, shall we? Let's just jump right into it. Who cares? Who cares? There's a ton of stuff to do. Like, for example, check out what this special event is. What is the special? Oh, right. There's a funny enough, there's a drink mixing event in web event in Genshin as well. That's happening. So it's actually kind of fun. Not gonna lie. Wait, I can actually show it on stream. We can play it on stream. Why not? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? This is the stream for now. There isn't anything specific that we need to do over on Genshin anyway. I just want to explore and chill and chat. So we're gonna start out chill with doing. Well, the whole stream is gonna be chill. I swear. But we're gonna start with this web event thing. But first off, I need to do display capture on. And hey, there you go. Does this have music? Oh, why it does? Yes. I can barely hear it though, but that's fine. We don't want stuff overbearing. There's oh wait, no, hold on. There's a couple things. Okay, first off, we gotta watch apparently this cutscene. That's fine. That's all it is. It's just the Arlecchino cutscene. That's all it is. That's all this is. We can watch it, I guess. We can react to it. I mean, it is part of the what's going on with the title. We can rewatch this and have some thoughts. But it is pretty much unnecessary at this point. I mean, so far. Let's watch it. Why the hell not? Let's rewatch it. So what's the deal here? Oh boy, that's loud actually. Hold on. That was actually kind of loud. Look, I watched this live already, so you have my literal like live reaction already. So
you should know better than
you can go to that. Okay, here few things I want to point out here. One of the things I've seen people freak out about this particular cutscene is how the traveler is just not using his elemental powers. Which, okay, I get it. I suppose I get it. Oh, I said it again. Oh, and another cool thing is that Fremine somehow is stopping the Arlecchino's blade. One thing we need to make it clear though, before going into anything else in this cutscene, is that Arlecchino was holding back. Arlecchino was holding back because she never really had the intention to do a fucking fight to the death with any of her, you know, children. She never wanted to do that. So she wasn't, you know, showcasing her full power or the full extent of her power. We may not see the full extent of her power in a while. So that's one thing. It was mostly a test, right? It was mostly a test to see how, what these three kids, you know, mentality is. What they want. What do they prefer? They prefer to, you know, just leave the house and do their own thing because they don't always enjoy working for her, or do they want to, you know, stand and like, you know, stay their ground? And you know, she was just testing their conviction. So she really truly never had any intention to killing them. So she felt no need to like go all out. And as for the Traveler, well, the Traveler was not initially intended to be part of the fight. Arlecchino just intended to fight. Arlecchino just intended to fight Lynette, and Freminet, and to test them. And then Traveler stepped in and was like, "Oh, you know what? Why the hell not?" Functionally, it didn't make any difference for Arlecchino in whether or not the Traveler, was part of the fight or not. If anything, maybe Arlecchino kind of wanted to test him to see what it was all about, because she probably knew that the Traveler was strong, right? She probably knew that the Traveler was somewhat strong, and so maybe she wanted to, see that a little bit, which is fine. And again, she didn't go all out because she didn't feel like she needed to go all out to like fight. Because again, it wasn't a proper fight in the sense that Arlecchino needed to win. No, Arlecchino went into it knowing full well that she could win. And I think the whole reason why she had like that big moment with the Traveler is because okay, this is me reading a bit too much into it maybe, but I think it sounds logical. Hear me out. Okay, not this. This just makes sense. Like Arlecchino could read her children's moves so easily. Here's the thing. Okay, this is the big moment. Well, not quite. Okay, this is probably like the biggest attack she does, and she completely imprisons everyone. And she probably expected that this would have been enough to call it a day, right? At this point, she was probably just willing to, let it go and just go all the way to the rest of the children and be like, okay, you have two choices. You either stay here with me or just, lose all your memories of ever being in the House of the Hearth and just become your own person out there in the real world. Right? That was her thought. But what happened? The Traveler broke out of this. So here's the thing. Arlecchino probably did not expect that to happen. Because, I mean, again, Arlecchino knows the full extent of her power. She is powerful and she knows it. And so when she pulls up all these spikes and whatnot to stop everybody, is because she was done with the fight. At that point, she was done with the fight. But because the Traveler was an outside, force, an outside influence in the fight, she didn't exactly expect that these spikes would be enough to, I don't know, to stop him. And these spikes aren't probably particularly, a big deal. It's just that they're strong. They're strong enough to hold in place Lynette, and Freminet, but not enough to hold the Traveler. So that's probably where Arlecchino miscalculated. But it didn't matter much because at the end of the day, she just did a little bit of a, posing. See, you're stronger than I expected. That's the thing. She straight up says, "Oh, you're stronger than I expected." I at the very least. So I feel like with Arlecchino saying this, she is meaning to say, "You're stronger than I expected because I expected you to be, I don't know, about as strong as Linny, and I know that Linny is somewhat strong, but not incredibly so." And so maybe with Arlecchino saying this, she's saying, "Okay, you're stronger than Linny at least." Or at the very least, you're way stronger than Lenny if you could break out of that. And then another thing is that Arlecchino, this is something that I've seen some comments point out, and I completely agree with. Arlecchino is very powerful. I mean, she is the fourth harbinger. Also, hi Daniil, how's it going? I didn't think I would be talking about this cutscene right now, but we are, because we're doing the event, and we're doing a web event. Here, let me explain. We're doing this web event over here that linked us to the animation, to the latest cutscene animation. And so what ended up happening is that I just started, I just started like, explaining my thoughts. I'm fine, but really tired. Bro, I feel you. It's one of those days today. It's not a work day for me. Luckily, thank God it's not a work day. It wasn't a work day. But dang it, it was exhausting anyway. I did some thesis work in the morning, and that kind of took me out of it. I don't know if I can keep up with the whole stream. Oh, don't worry about it. Just chill. Might just black out while watching. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry. If you feel like you had to go to sleep or something, just Don't worry, I completely understand. And if not, you can just chill, just listen to me ramble. You don't have to, participate heavily in the chat or whatever. I don't mind. If you feel comfortable, just chat. Or if not, just lurk. I'm perfectly fine with either way. I'm just happy that you're here. And I want you to be fine. That's the whole thing. Basically, what I was saying to catch you up to speed is that I don't quite agree with the idea that the Traveler should have beaten, should have done more against Arlecchino, or should have been more powerful. Because I guess thanks. No worries. I think the thing about me with the Traveler is that I never thought that the Traveler was particularly strong. I mean, I feel no worries. Don't worry about it, Daniel. Don't worry. What was I saying? I feel like people overestimate the capabilities of the Traveler. We talked about this when we played the Arlecchino quest too. I remember. Every time that the Traveler has to go up against like a big boss or something like that, most of the time he gets help from someone. Okay, so for Dragon's fine. For Storm Terror, he needed the help of Venti and Jean and Diluc and whatnot. Mostly Venti. He fought Child one-on-one. That is true, but Child is literally the weakest of the Hershers. That's Honkai stuff. Child is literally the weakest of the Harbingers. So he could take on Child one-on-one. And then after that, Ace-Daha needed the help of Zhongli. I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly. What other weekly boss do we have? Inazuma had Signora. Yeah, Signora. Okay, so Signora was the first big boss of Inazuma, and Signora he took out on his own. Yes, he took out Signora one-on-one, and Signora was, I believe, the what? Oh, give me 1 second. I need to look up what the ranking is for. What was the ranking of Signora? What was Signora's ranking? 8th. Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. Signora was the 8th Harbinger. Let me go back to I didn't want to dox myself or anything like that through Google. But yeah, Signora was the 8th Harbinger. So we know that up to the 8th Harbinger, the Traveler could 8th. The Traveler could take them on one-on-one. And then after that, we fought the Balladeer. We fought Scaramouche in like his new god body. And that was the first. Okay, so thought I'm wrong. No. She was the 8th one. She was the 8th. I also thought she was higher for some reason, but no, she was the 8th. I don't know who's the 9th. Actually, I legit do not know who's the 9th. Maybe Pantalone. He doesn't even have a vision or anything like that, so probably is like somewhat on the weaker end of it. But that's fine. Regardless of that. What was I saying? I keep getting lost in my thoughts. Oh yeah, we fought Scaramouche. Scaramouche was rank 6th. That I am 100% sure because we discussed it later. For Scaramouche, we needed to, because Scaramouche was in his like new god body with the Electrognosis, so he was actually even more powerful than normal as the 6th. So as the 6th Harbinger, that was like his base power level, and having the new god body and the Electrognosis and all that made him even more powerful. So if we were to equate him in like Harbinger ranks, maybe he was like somewhat closer to what Arlecchino is, or something like that. So what happened with Arlecchino? Well, not Arlecchino. What happened with Scaramouche? We needed to fight him with Nahida. And also what happened even with Nahida, we needed to do the whole thing, or he needed to do the whole thing hundreds of times, because Nahida like did the whole Samsara thing, and so the Traveler essentially fought Scaramouche hundreds of times until they realized what was actually, his weakness and whatnot. And so it took hundreds of attempts with Nahida to finally beat Scaramouche in his new god body. And so that right there already sets up a pretty high power ceiling that the Traveler could not beat by himself. Then we fought a Pep as well, and or rather, like Guardian of a Pep or whatever the fuck it's called. We also fought that with the help of what's his face? With Nahida, even with Nahida. And then Fontaine comes around, the whale. We fight the whale with the help of Nouvelette. And later on, Skirk comes in and just grabs the whole thing. Yeah, so even maybe we couldn't even have beaten the whale with Nouvelette, but most likely yes. Nouvelette was strong. At that point, he was already the Dragon Sovereign once again. So yes, we probably could have beaten him with just Nouvelette, but Skirk came in at the end of the day and whatever. But that's a whole nother thing. So I thought at this point it was pretty clear how powerful the Traveler was. Your internet's lagging. Ah, shit, that sucks. That sucks. I can't really help you with that much. What was it? Oh yeah, I thought that it made it pretty clear that the Traveler could like solo up to like La Signora, maybe rank 7 now that he's become a little bit stronger since he has like, you know, the Hydro powers from Fontaine. I don't know. Whatever the case, we went almost one-on-one with La Signora. Well, not La Signora, but Arlecchino. For a little bit at least. Arlecchino is a towering presence because, one, she's terrifying. You don't need me to tell you that. It's pretty clear that Arlecchino is goddamn terrifying, regardless of whatever spot she occupies. She could be literally the weakest Harbinger, but with with the same presence. And if that's... it doesn't matter how powerful she is. She is just terrifying. She is very intimidating. So there's like an added layer of you know, of scare factor. 144p helping me a lot. Yeah, I was gonna tell you that you could try lowering the stream's quality, but I didn't think you'd have to go all the way to 144. Damn. I'm not doing anything that requires a lot of watching right now. I'm just speaking, so that's cool. So what happened? Where was I? Fuck. Oh, I lost the track. Oh, I lost fuck, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, that's fine. I think I was talking about how... Yeah, no, Arlecchino's scary. That's the thing. Arlecchino is very scary. Regardless of whatever her power level might be, she just has a terrifying presence that even if she's just standing there, she's gonna scare you. So even the Traveler can get scared for whatever reason. Because the Traveler presumably knows how powerful he is. And the Traveler, presumably, more likely than not, knows when he is you know, confronted with something that he cannot truly beat. As long as I can hear him, okay, yay, let's go. I'm probably gonna keep yapping because that's most of what my streams are. It's just me yapping. And so what happens? The Traveler is suddenly confronted by that very, very terrifying Arlecchino on her, with like fully using her delusion at this point. So no fucking wonder he's terrified. Also, he's exhausted at this point already. This is another thing that a lot of people don't seem to grasp, or I don't know if it's that a lot of people don't grasp it, or a lot of people aren't, you know, aware of it, or maybe I'm just stupid for suggesting this. But canonically, this cutscene isn't the whole fight. Okay, canonically, this 2.5 minute cutscene is not the whole fight. They fought for longer than this. Because, I don't know if you know this is a game. So, when the cutscene ends and you start playing the game, story-wise, the Traveler is fighting. It's just that the game doesn't give you the Traveler to fight, though they could have, I suppose, whatever. They do that sometimes. They give you like a trial Traveler to, you know, make it clear that the one fighting is the Traveler, but they didn't do it for this fight because presumably they want you to, like, you know, get a grasp of like the new weekly boss. So they throw you with your own team. They throw you with your own team so you can actually fight Arlecchino close to how you would usually fight her to like get your materials and stuff every week. Okay, so people tend to, I don't know if I swear to God I feel like I'm the only one that has mentioned this. the fight is longer than what's presented in the cutscenes. I understand the complaint of not seeing the traveler use all of his elements, because we know that he could use multiple elements at once. We see it. We see him do it with. We see him doing that with Child, I think, if I recall correctly. And so it would be nice to see what the traveler really is capable of. But the truth, the reality of it is, is that whatever you do when you're fighting Arlecchino isn't canon, because with your team you have Nahida, you have Zhongli, you have fucking Raiden in your team, whatever. That's just you, the player. There's a little bit of ludonarrative dissonance right there, that's what it's called. It's the difference between what the story's trying to convey and what their game is actually making you do to convey that story. That right there is a ludonarrative dissonance. That is a real concept in game design and whatnot. And storytelling in video games. That is a real concept. I'm being serious here. And so the thing is, there's that difference. But canonically, what's happening is that the Traveler, Lyney, Lynette, and Fremenette are all fighting against Arlecchino. So whatever team you use is not canon. And in reality, what's happening is that Arlecchino's just using the same moves that you see her with her, like, you know, patterns and stuff, or whatever. Canonically, that's what's happening. There's canonically what happens is reduced into what could be, you know, gameplay. Canonically, what happens is something else. It's sort of like, it's similar to how we can explore the entirety of the currently available world of Genshin in like hours. Whereas the world of Genshin, Teyvat, it's probably way larger than that. And so there's a disconnect between what the lore tells you and what the game has you do. Because the game cannot be one-to-one with the world, because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Right? It wouldn't make any sense as a game. Off-topic question. Throw your off-topic question. Doesn't matter. I'm going to keep yapping anyways. Let me finish my idea first. Is Fremenette good? Not that great. I am sad to say, from what I've heard, he doesn't particularly have a lot of usage. But I haven't particularly looked at his kit. I've seen people say that he is underwhelming. And I haven't looked much into it. But hey, canonically, he can stop a blow from the frigging... He can stop a blow from Arlecchino. Look at that shit. Wait, where did it happen? No, before this. Here. So lore-wise, I estimate that he is decently okay. He is decently powerful. Because he can tank that shit. But gameplay-wise, he's not that great. And see, another example of ludonarrative dissonance. There's also the thing about Fremenette's weapon of choice being the bell. And the bell is a terrible, terrible weapon in game. But Fremenette uses it because, I don't know, it fits with his aesthetic, I guess. Sad because he's looking good. Yeah, I agree with that. I like Fremenette's design and, like, you know his whole story. I remember the time you spent with Fremenette on that, like, boat, and that, not boat, like the little penguin event. I remember that very fondly because I think Fremenette is a really good character. It just sucks that his gameplay wise, he's not that great. All right, going back to the whole Traveler facing Arlecchino thing. Okay, so canonically what happens is that the Traveler most likely is using all of his elements and stuff when he's actually fighting. It's just that the game doesn't show you that because the game wants you to play the game. They don't want to make, you know, big fights happening in cutscenes. They want you to play the big fights. Now, could they have done more? Yes. And with that, I completely agree. But completely misinterpreting the Traveler's power level just because he doesn't show it in specific cutscenes, that I think is the wrong thing. I completely agree with the argument that the Traveler doesn't do enough in these cutscenes because it makes it hard to figure out exactly what power level he has. So that is a completely valid argument. But to just take that and go all the way into the Traveler is actually super weak territory, no, that's just not true. Because we know it. Even with stuff that has happened in cutscenes before, we know that the Traveler is decently strong. It's just that Arlecchino holding back is still very, very strong. And she herself admits it. Also, look at this. Just look at how frigging agitated the Traveler is back there. Presumably this fight took quite a bit. Like in game, dual sword, by the way, yeah, that's another complaint that people have, and I myself have too. I don't mind him not having a very like particularly special sword, but I feel like they should have given his sword, I don't know, I feel like they should have given him a more unique sword. I'm not saying they should have given him like a specific sword from the story. Like I'm not saying they should give him Rancor. I'm not saying they should give him like the Narcissus Croix sword, because neither of them would make that much sense narratively. But at the very least, it would make more sense in the sense that the sword is clearly stronger. So stronger than a dull blade. Like that just looks like the most generic blade, and I feel like the Traveler deserves a better sword. I feel like they could have. Okay, here's my 2 cents on how to fix this, because I'm pretty sure the reason why the Traveler uses the dull blade in all of these cutscenes is because they started with it and they were like, you know what, fuck it. It's easier for us to, just keep consistent with this one poopy sword that we gave him at the start of the game, because we already had the models. Oh yeah, there's like a PlayStation exclusive one that looks really good as well. I have it. I can show it once we go back into the game. I'm pretty sure, because I'm thinking of from a game design and game development standpoint, they probably gave him the dual blade in some cutscenes at the beginning, because it was like the one sword that they had. It was like, first off, the default sword that you get at the beginning of the game, and also it's just, I don't know, they had it ready, they had the model ready, and it was easier for just use that. So what's my suggestion? I would say give him a similar looking sword, but color it gold. So that make it kind of look like the Narcissus Croix sword, but not exactly like the Narcissus Croix sword. Just give him a not remarkably good looking sword that at the very least looks like it's better than the dull blade. Because really it's just a matter of looks at this point, because he can clearly do a lot of shit with the dull blade. So what the fuck is the problem with giving him a cooler looking sword? It doesn't have to be one that is like available in game. Though I guess that could lead to people eventually like wanting to like pull for the sword. But that's the thing. I think they gotta make it look unique enough, but not that appealing. Unique enough that it makes sense that he would use it, because I don't know, it looks like a cool sword. But also not great looking so that people would want to pull for it, because it wouldn't make a lot of sense. That is my 2 cents on the dull blade, on the Traveler still using the dull blade. I don't like it, but I learned to live with it. That is the thing. I do think, however, that eventually we're going to get to the point where the Traveler regains all of his powers from back at the beginning of the game. And back at the beginning of the game, he had a different sword too. He had like a cooler, like light-looking sword. So they could have given him a sword that looks somewhat like that, but powered down, instead of, downgrading him to a dull blade. But oh well. It is what it is. That's also unrelated to his power level. It's just imagine he was using a better sword. But here's the thing. He's exhausted. Arlecchino's clearly not. Arlecchino can go further than this. She was always holding back, and then she does this thing with her eyes. We still don't fully understand the whole thing about the Crimson Moon. And also, this not only is this terrifying at all, because it like, changes everything. The Traveler just straight up paralyzes at the mere, grasp of this. As soon as he realized what the fuck is happening, he was like, oh god, I can't move. And then he realizes that Arlecchino herself is holding him still. See? He straight up can't move. So Arlecchino can do the. I don't know if this is something that physically happens. Like, I know that this is also the realm in her ult, but we don't know if Arlecchino's like pulling the Traveler into a new realm or something like that, or if this is just how you say, an illusion. I don't know if this is all real, We don't know. We don't particularly have a lot of I can maybe go and look, and I can maybe look in. Oh god, my controller disconnected. I can maybe go into the what is it? God damn it. Connect. Can maybe go into in-game and like check her ult's description to see if it says something about the lore of it or not. Why the fuck am I not connecting to the... I lost connection with my controller. So that'll be a bit annoying when we go back to the game. But that's fine. Okay, so whatever the case may be, the result is that the traveler is paralyzed. And then she does this, which is like the coolest fucking thing, because, you know, camera angles and whatnot make Arlecchino seem even bigger than even bigger than she really is. It's just, you know, a trick of the camera. It's sort of how in that one cutscene, after Signora's untimely demise, Raiden waits until you leave Tenshukaku and then just lunges and looks giant. It's a trick. It's just a trick. Canonically, they don't look that big. It's just a trick of the camera to show just how powerful these characters can be. And it's super cool. It's always cool as heck. It's a thing. It's a technique that JoJo does a lot. It's a technique that One Piece does a lot. Playing around with sights to signify power differences is a cool ass trope. It's always been a thing. I'm gonna have to like get the stupid batteries out of it for some reason. I can't think of something that makes it... I have no idea what the fuck happened with it. It's not connecting anymore. Is it... Did I lose it? What the fuck is wrong with it? Okay. Whatever the case, this is the end of the fight. This is basically it, the end of the fight. Because Arlecchino at this point is exerting her, you know, her dominance over the traveler. Presumably, she was not going to do any of this originally, but because she saw that the traveler, you know, broke free, and continuing the fight would have not been good for Arlecchino, because also, not maybe not. It's not that it wouldn't have been good. It was completely unnecessary for her to continue the fight. So she was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna showcase a little bit, just a tiny sliver of what makes me so powerful to this guy, so that I can just get this over with, because it's unnecessary to keep fighting anymore. I already got my answer. And so that's enough to get the traveler to realize that he isn't strong enough. So that's the whole thing. I went to another thing. Okay. That's it. That is my whole 2 cents. Also, what the... where am I? That's Fiera too many. In here. I know my controller disconnected Genshin, for fuck's sake. But I cannot turn it on anymore. And I know it's not a battery issue because I charged these batteries like recently. The fuck is going on? And I know they're well positioned because I had it turned on, but I just didn't use it because I don't know. And this is the positive, and that goes there. It's an Xbox controller, by the way. Or restart the game. Yeah, whatever. I might have to do that. Which sucks, but oh well. I cannot, like, literally holding the controller is not turning it on. Nothing I'm doing is holding it. It's turning it on. I have no idea what's happening. I have no clue what happened with my controller. For fuck's sake. What is going on? Just what is going on? There's a thing I could do, which is use a cable, but the cable I have is not great. I don't even remember if this cable actually works with the controller. I think it works. It's just very, very short. Oh, it vibrated. So there you go. The controller The controller does indeed work. What happens if I disconnect it now? And I try to turn it back on. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I might have lost connection with it. I might have completely lost connection with it. Now I'm gonna troubleshoot stuff. Here, we're gonna listen to. Whoops! No, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. OBS, for fuck's sake. Thank you. Thank you. I fixed it. I learned how to fix it now. I mean to do... Don't you just love it when stuff happens and you have no idea why? Fucking hell. Bluetooth. It says paired. Wait, does it really not have batteries? Have I seriously killed the batteries on this controller already? Rough? It is rough. But you know what? It doesn't surprise me. Are they seriously out of battery? There's no way they're out of batteries. I charged the... There's no fucking way. Because usually with battery... Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm changing the batteries. I'm changing the batteries because... I mean, I guess it's the only thing I have left. But I could have sworn that those batteries are full. If those batteries are full, maybe something happened to the controller. I don't know. We'll see. We'll test out changing the batteries. And if this doesn't work, I have a final solution, which is switching to a PS4 controller, which it's not that I don't enjoy using it. It's just that I have to pick it up, and it's been ages since I've done it. Okay. Now it's turning on. Now it's actually... Okay, now it's on. It says connected. And it does have batteries. That is bizarre. That is very bizarre. I know, like, I'm pretty sure I changed batteries relatively recently. That's weird. I'll figure it out later, though. I can't, just. It's unnecessary for me to... keep going with that. Okay, we'll come back to the whole... We'll come back to the whole event thing later. Because there's a few more things we gotta do to fully take advantage of the... No, don't look at that. It's not that you were seeing anything in particular. No, it's fine. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything big. No worries. Jesus, this stream is going well. No, stop looking at that. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're cooking. Oh god, that is loud. Oh my god, shut up, Zhongli. That was the most scuff I've ever had on stream. I feel like, oh my god. Were you watching the Honkai Star Rail live today? No, I couldn't. I watched a few numbers. I watched a few numbers just because it showed up on my YouTube feed, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but I could watch a few songs. And I watched the Robin performances, not Robin, the Chevy performances as Robin. So I saw the If I Could Stop a Heart from Breaking song and the other one she sang. And that's about it. Because as I was saying, as I said before, rather, I was doing thesis stuff. I was working with my partner in my thesis because we finally got the corrections back. We finally got some corrections on our proposal, and so we got to start, correcting it. You saw Kafka and Jing Yuan's? Oh, that's cool. See, with those concerts, it's not that I dislike the concerts themselves. It's just that I much prefer vocal performances, because to me those are like the nicer ones to listen to. And Star Rail has quite a few vocal tracks already, so it's nice to listen to them live. And Chevy's a great singer. Chevy is straight up a great singer, so it's lovely to hear her sing. Oh, by the way, I gave Ganyu the Linny bow. I could have gotten you the Linny bow because I... Damned if I'm not going to use something that I got from the frigging... godforsaken Arlecchino weapon banner. But yeah, no, from what I've seen of the concert, it seemed really high quality. So I'm willing to like watch it at some point later. But not now. I wanted to watch other things. I wanted to watch other things. It's hard for me to, you know, separate. Not separate. It's hard for me to put aside like 2 hours of my day to watch a concert, as much as I would love to. And that particular concert was at a time where I wasn't particularly... Where I was somewhat busy. So I wasn't somewhat busy. I was busy. And after that, I do other things in a day, and that's what makes it difficult. But if I have 2 hours to spare and I don't want particularly to do anything else, I might go back to the concert and I'll watch it because it sounded pretty cool. What the fuck is on the reputation? Oh, right. I finished the whole new area quest. The whole thing around here and the new map. We're probably gonna go back to explore because Lord knows I didn't finish exploring the whole thing. Oh, you know what? You want to know a funny little bit of trivia? Not really a bit of trivia. It's more me getting sad. I didn't do Abyss last time. I completely forgot about Abyss, and so what happened was I realized on Monday that Abyss was like a few days away from... Oh no, I don't have to do the boss. I have to do the thingy. I realized on Monday that Spiral Abyss would reset in a few days, and I said, okay, fuck it. I'm not doing it on Monday because I had streamed in and I didn't want to spend a lot of time in there. So I didn't do it. And then Wednesday came, and then Tuesday came, and also I was like, I'm gonna finish the new quest. I'm gonna finish the new quest. And I finished the new quest, and that was super cool. The new area quest is really, really cool, by the way. It's really cool. And that took a few hours, and then by the time I finished that, I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. And I completely forgot about Abyss, and I woke up today. I was watching an Abyss related video, and it reminded me that I didn't do Abyss, and then I checked, and I saw that I indeed had missed Abyss last rotation, so that sucks. Which banners will be in Genshin after Father? You can't see me, but I'm making a weird face because I don't remember exactly. Who's coming next patch? Chlorine. Yes, right, because we're at the beginning of the patch. Oh wait, no, but hold on. That's no. Someone's getting a rerun after this. Hold on. This is Arlecchino and Linny. Right. So after this... Fuck, I don't know. Let me look it up. Paimon.moe. Yes, please. Can I see the timeline? Does the timeline say who's the next one? No, they don't. The Arlecchino banner still has 2 weeks left to go, pretty much. Let me go Genshin 4.6. Oh yeah, it's Scaramouche, or Wanderer rather. Wanderer and Baiju. Those are the ones that are getting banners. Those are the ones that are getting reruns next patch. Yes, Wanderer and Baiju. So this is a Baiju banner that I will not be pulling in because Chlorinde is the literal next character. So huzzah! So yeah, Baiju is the next. Baiju and Wanderer are the next. You want to try to come back for Chlorinde? Oh well, you have a while to go still. You have these 2 weeks. You have these 2 weeks that the Arlecchino banner is gonna last, and then like 3 more weeks until and then 3 other weeks until the next. 3 other weeks for the next batch of banners. You're still a ways away. We're still a ways away for Chlorinde, and there's still a long time to like save up and stuff. So yeah. Chlorinde is still a little bit further in the future. There's enough time for me to save up. Not that I completely needed to save up. I'm pretty sure I have enough to get her, but you know. after Chlorine, I won Natlan funds. God dang it. This domain is annoying because these guys are not particularly hard, but they are annoying with their freaking shields that are annoying to break. I got those 90k swirls. Or vapes, sorry. There you go. I like her a lot. I do like her a lot too. Chlorine and Arlecchino were my other most anticipated characters for the Fontaine patches. Because as soon as I saw... Okay, here's the thing. I know of... this is a burning set. Oh, with physical damage bonus. That's why... Okay. Sure. As soon as, like, Fontaine leaks started popping up, one of the big designs that... not really big. It was literally not that big. One of the designs that popped up to me was someone that would eventually become... Chlorine, because the clothes were very, very similar, but they had gone through a lot of iterations. And the thing is, Chlorine's clothes before used to be green. She used to wear a lot of green and black. Green and dark blue, it seemed to be the case. And so Chlorine's design went through a bunch of iterations. The green one was especially popular too. And this is not a dig at the design we ended up with. In fact, I really like the design we ended up with. Because otherwise I wouldn't particularly care for her. Look at that 100k on a vape. Fuck yeah. That's how much better this weapon is. That's how much better the Linny weapon is for her. Okay, so I knew from the first few very low quality images of her that popped up that I actually kind of really liked her design, because the main things about her, like the main qualities of her design, were already there. Like the pointy hat and like the sword and the pants and whatnot. Like you could tell that was a very good design. Oh god, this one sucks so bad. And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to get her. At that point, she was called Captain R, if I recall correctly. I have no idea what that name meant, what it was supposed to be. I have no clue who the fuck named her that. I don't know if they got it from like a... what is it? From like a beta file or something like that, but it really had nothing to do with her. Her name is Chlorine. But regardless of that, as soon as I saw her, I was like, I want her. And I was very, very fortunate that not a lot of other Fontaine characters, you know, spoke to me, other than like, you know, Farina. And then when rumors about a playable Cloud Retainer started popping up, I was like, oh shit, I want her. Oh, I killed them. So when those rumors started popping, I was like, okay, so Farina for sure I want, because I'm at this point I'm pretty sure I'm collecting Archons. I'm just missing Venti because I never pulled for Venti, and he never reruns in the patch where I can actually afford him. Oh god. And so, plus Farina's design was the one that really leaked way early. So everyone knew, well, everyone that follows leaks knew what Farina looked like from the beginning. And because she's an Archon, those designs get finalized pretty early on. Are you waiting for leaks about Firefly and Jade? I mean, I will look at them, but I still don't know if I'm going to pull for them. I am still unsure if I want to pull for them. But I will look at them. That's a given. I look at those things. I look at those things because that's part of what informs my decision of whether to pull or not on specific characters. Or rather, usually it isn't, because I base my pulls mostly on characters I like. And so if it's a character I like, I will check out their kit just so that, you know, I'm aware of what they're like. Of how they play and stuff. But I don't particularly care too much about it, in the sense that I don't particularly care too much about it in the sense that I don't particularly care if a character is like mega strong or something like that. I have played with quote-unquote weak characters before. Never really stopped me. Because I like the characters, and so I enjoy playing the characters I like regardless of their power level. If I cared about that stuff, I would have never pulled for Yae Miko, for example. Because when Yae Miko first came out, she was not seen as a very good unit. I think I said it already, but I'm repeating for Firefly. Yeah, you're going for Firefly. That's fine. I like Firefly. I like Firefly quite a bit. But I'm still unsure of whether I want to save for future characters that I might potentially want, because I still have the underlying mission of getting every single Honkai variant character that we ever get. Currently, that goal has been completed because I have gotten every single variant character in the game that exists. The only characters that I was missing were Luocha and Welt, and then the upcoming Acheron. And so what ended up happening is when I pulled for Acheron, all of my dreams came true, and I got all 3 of them characters. I like Firefly and Kylos are just no need to specify your age. That's perfectly fine. I won't judge you. I won't judge you for liking a ship. As long as you're not weird about it, I'm okay with it. As long as like you're not the kind that like inserts their headcanon into the game and get upset whenever, you know, someone disagrees with them. As long as you're not doing that stuff, you're free to feel whatever you want. I, for one, am not particularly... It's not that I'm not a fan, it's just that I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. Unless the game explicitly, like, you know, does something with it. Or the story, rather. This is really a story thing. Like, let's put a topic... Well, not topical example. Let's put the Naruto example. Naruto is the first thing that comes to mind for some reason. Jesus Christ, this guy, why are you so annoying to fight? Oh, it's because this team is probably not the best because I can only freeze them. In Naruto, you had very many different ships. They called them like Narusaku and Narusasu and what stuff. I think though the most popular ship in Naruto is probably the Naruto and Sasuke ship. But whatever. people love yaoi, and that's fine. But there was the ever popular Naruhina, which was probably always going to be endgame for Naruto. Like Naruto, it just in terms of romance, it wasn't particularly big on it. It never paid too much attention to that kind of stuff. But it was there. It was at least there. Like Kishimoto clearly showed that like there was romantic feelings in between a bunch of characters, and at some point those were going to get resolved. And the one that was not the one that matters the most, but the one that makes the most sense is the main character ending up with someone, because the main character having a romance option, well, not a romance option, a love interest is the correct word. That's pretty common. And it seemed pretty obvious that while Naruto liked Sakura, Hinata liked her. Hinata liked Naruto, and then Sakura liked Sasuke, right? So it became pretty clear at some point, if you read or watched Naruto, that Naruto would end up with Hinata and Sasuke would end up with Sakura, because, you know, writing. Woo. And that's essentially what happened. But people would go to war. People would go to actual wars for suggesting that if you so much as suggested that you liked Narusasu instead, no, not that one. If people outright suggested that you prefer Naruto with Sakura instead of Naruto with Hinata, they would go to war with you. They would like completely cut you off their lives, and there would be like infinite internet debates about it. I was never one of those. I don't particularly care about shipping people unless the story makes a big deal out of it. Like if it's a romance show and the premise is about a love triangle or something, I don't know, then I might have an inkling as for which one would I prefer, but I wouldn't go to war with someone that disagrees with me. But that would be only because the show in and of itself is, you know, built for it, because, you know, it's a love triangle. So those discussions will happen, and the romance is the point of the story. And so it makes sense that people would have, like, you know, their preferences for specific characters and who they want. Like in Oregairu, for example, like my team romantic comedy is Snafu or something like that. Snafu, that one. Oregairu. That one, a lot of the narrative of that show revolves around a specific love triangle. And I always had a specific idea as for where the story would lead. And I know that wasn't always the most popular one, but in the end it happened. And so I, for one, was happy with how that went. But I know that a lot of people weren't. And I know that there's like a sequel story that upsets a lot of people, actually. But that, whatever. I'm getting off topic. I'm getting too off topic. I mean to say that I don't get too into the ship wars. Like, if there's a pairing of if there's a pairing of characters that I think is cute, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know what? That's cute. You do you. I don't particularly care too much about it. Especially in media that doesn't, you know, lean heavily on that. Not a fan of such the face. That's just stupid. Yeah, no, you're kind of like me too. Because here's the thing. It make like the Firefly and Kayla's thing just makes a lot of sense. They look very cute together. They in like that selfie that they take. That is adorable. You can I cannot look at that and not think it's adorable. And then people do a lot of fan art of those two, and it's always adorable. So it's like, yeah, no, I understand why people are fans of such a ship. I don't mind it because the game doesn't lean too much into it, and so I don't like go out of my way to talk about it. But I think it's cute when they do that stuff. But if the game made it a bigger deal, like if the game made it more explicit that, you know, the main protagonist actually has feelings for Firefly, then I would be invested, because I would just want to, you know, to see the protagonist be happy with their wife or something, right? And so yeah, that's my stance on a lot of ships. I'm fine with them as long as they're, like, you know, reasonable and taken mostly as opinion and not thrusted upon a narrative as if they were, you know, canon stuff, when most of the time they aren't. Or not most of the time, maybe not most of the time, but a lot of the time they aren't. Those are my thoughts on ships. And Star Rail for some reason seems to have a lot more. Like, I don't think it's because Star Rail is more popular than Genshin or anything like that. I think both games are pretty popular. But something about Honkai Star Rail in and of itself invites bigger shipping wars for some reason than Genshin or other Hoyoverse games. Maybe it's because it's a Honkai game. And because it's a Honkai game, there's a bunch of lesbians. Well, not really, there's a bunch of lesbians. Honkai Impact has a lot of lesbians. And so people, like, you know, Honkai fans have gotten... Jesus Christ. That's just a branch that fell on my roof. People have gotten... I can pet this cat? Why can't I pet this cat? I mean, that's adorable. It's not the main cat of this patch, though. I'm here for the chest, though. Hi. I actually just jumped down here. I didn't see that there was a chest. That was just pure serendipity. I don't know if serendipity is the right word, but... whatever. But yeah, that is my stance on ships. I'm fine with them existing. I don't go out of my way to discuss them or something like that. I have to hope the Firefly and MC will be canon, or at least will not be forgotten for my bad thoughts about it always are. Well, I don't know if that'll happen. MiHoYo likes to be very vague, even when it's pretty obvious. Like, I don't know how much you know about Honkai Impact 3rd, which is like the, you know, the, what the fuck? Where am I? What the, what? I think I did it wrong. Can I not get up? Okay, fuck, I messed it up. I don't know how familiar you are with Honkai Impact. Maybe through Honkai Star Rail, you know about the whole Bronya and Seele ship, right? Or Sela. Bronya and Sela ship. Because Star Rail plays slightly into it, only a little bit, and that's one of those ships in the game that people like to take way too far. But the only reason why they do that is because more than likely they're also Honkai Impact 3rd players, and in Honkai Impact 3rd those two have kissed before. Like, canonically, Bronya and Seele have kissed, and it's pretty clear that they have romantic feelings with each other. At no point have they outright confirmed that they're dating or anything like that, and I don't think they ever will, because it's a Chinese game and China is a little bit iffy on same-sex relationships or whatever, it seems. And so they have to like skirt the line. But anyone with two eyes can look at those two and think, oh yeah, no, those are, they fucking. That kind of thing. They can tell that it's a real couple there. So it's probably why they like to insert that into Star Rail. Whereas in Star Rail, the dynamic between the two is completely different. They're only just now getting to know each other after the end of the Belobog quest. And God knows if they will eventually have feelings for each other. At most, they are becoming friends. They are becoming very good friends in Star Rail. And sure, that could lead to a relationship in the future, but I think Hoyo won't actually ever acknowledge it or something like that. Outside of like, making small allusions to it, just, to appease some of the fans, but without incurring the wrath of the CCP or something like that. But yeah, I wouldn't get my hopes up on there ever being like a canon relationship with with main characters in these Hoyo games. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that was completely unnecessary. I didn't need to jump like that. No, son of a bitch. God damn it. Why am I using this team, by the way? I could have avoided 90% of this whole thing if I only had my wife Shen Yun in this party. But yeah, it's always funny to me to find Star Rail players that are unfamiliar with Honkai Impact lore, or at least like vaguely familiar. Arjuna. Who are you, Arjuna? I'm doing a thing right now. I'm not gonna accept your world request. Or maybe we could accept it. Oh well, it's too late. Would have been interesting. It would have been interesting to have them join and be like, oh hey, I'm actually live on Twitch right now. Maybe we could have gotten a new viewer, or it could have been a scam. You never really know with these. Boop, boop. Oh, they all moved now. Okay, that's how London got into the stream actually, because London, one of the viewers that comes by sometimes, chatted with me in game while I was live, and I was like, "Are you? Do you happen to be on my live stream right now? And is that why you contacted me, or was it just a coincidence?" And then I told her that I was live, and then she was like, "No, tell me your channel." And then she came and was like, "Yay, I got a new viewer with that." But it is too late. Alas, it is too late. It's fine. What the fuck do we do here? No, nothing. We just gotta... Wait, what? Oh, right. I keep forgetting that you gotta, like, get this wet. Move? Can I move it? Maurice, I cannot move it anymore. No, come on. Get wet. Oh, I did it. I mean, it works. But yeah, I like... Did I finish my thought about Honkai Impact 3rd and Honkai Star Rail? I never know. It's my slight ADHD kicking in that doesn't let me remember if I finish my thoughts or not. And so that leaves a lot of thoughts unfinished. I was saying that it's fun seeing Honkai Star Rail players be surprised. Nope, I didn't see. Okay, goddamn. Okay, it's fun seeing Honkai Star Rail players surprised at the lore of Honkai Impact. Like, because okay, so if you're reasonable and you haven't played Honkai Impact 3rd, or even if you have or whatever, and you like the pairing of Bronya and Seele, it's fun to, like, see people find out that in Honkai Impact 3rd they've actually kissed and gone very far. They seem pretty much like an actual relationship, like a real relationship. It's fun to get that. Another one is Kiana and Mei. That's like the main couple though. Ken and May being a real couple is like the most obvious thing. It's the most obvious without being actually, obvious. Because again, CCP, they get a little bit iffy if you show women kissing. And so, oh right, we have Farina. We could just, there we go, neutralize it. They get iffy if you show women kissing or whatever, and so they made it somewhat obvious that Mei and Kiana are like romantically, not related, romantically, in love or something, I guess. And it seems pretty clear as if they're quote unquote dating or something like that, but they can't show it or outright say it. But they can be very vague about it, and but at the same time very obvious about it. Honkai Impact 3rd is just a lot of Sesbian no Sesbian legs in China. Yeah, no Sesbian legs. But what happens is that with Honkai Impact is that it ends up being a lot of Sesbian legs, but implied. Very, very much implied Sesbian legs, while being subtle enough to not incur the wrath of the government. I don't know why I'm running around. I think there were a couple of more puzzles that I haven't done here. Maybe not quite. If not, we can go to the new area. The new area. And then keep going with our exploration there. Oh right, I got a new thing in the chest. And then I got absolutely nothing from my Arlecchino, by the way. That blows. Oh wait, I keep forgetting. There's an event stuff. There's event stuff. Wait, let's go to the event. Why the hell not? We have three challenges to do. You know what? Let's go to this challenge. Why the hell not? Anyways, what is it? Finish your thought. I will go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll bring more water. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What'd I miss? My favorite ship's not making someone uncomfortable. Glad you're okay. Don't worry. That's my entire life right there. I think streaming has made me better at like articulating my thoughts in my second language. So I appreciate it for that. I take this as practice for when I'm actually interacting with someone that speaks English. But yeah, I don't know how a ship could make someone uncomfortable. Oh wait, no, I can't. I know I can think of a very easy way that a specific ship could make someone uncomfortable. Let's not discuss that. But yeah, no, Firefly and Kalis just makes a lot of sense. In some ways, I even agree with it to some extent. So yeah, but don't worry about it. I think I heard some kids outside. Oh well. Yeah. Let's just keep going to something else. Let's do this little fun little challenge here. We have 3 different challenges to take on. What's this all about? Let me read. After a character triggers quicken, spread, or aggravate reaction on an opponent, they regain 4 elemental energy. Okay. Quicken, spread, or aggravate. Oh, okay. So quicken, spread, or aggravate specifically, not Hyper Bloom. But I can still do Hyper Bloom. I have a plan. I got this. I'm not using any of these. I'm using my own teams. I had that experience. Nothing suspicious, just completely honest. Oh, don't worry. No need to go into it if you're uncomfortable with it, by the way. We'll just leave it at that. And I'll trust that you weren't being creepy. Okay. Besides, people on the internet can think of many things. People on the internet like to be weird, or it's not that they like to be weird, but people on the internet like to misinterpret things. That's something that unfortunately happens quite a bit. Okay, so we're doing quicken, spread, or aggravate. The thing is, Hyper Bloom is not counted here, but quicken, spread, and aggravate still happen on Hyper Bloom in a sense. So we can pick another buff that doesn't necessarily mean... Okay. Do we want... Okay. Let's see. Earthguard, Runeguard, and Runegrader. Okay, so we're gonna do an aggravate related team for the first half, and then a Hyper Bloom related team on the second half. So for the second half, I'm going for my Nahida Hyper Bloom team because that's the strongest team I have in this godforsaken game. It's stupidly broken. It doesn't matter if they don't fully take advantage of the buff of this event. It'll be strong. I am 100% confident in it. It's just that good. But then on the first half, we can actually put together a team that fully takes advantage of the quick and spread or aggravate thingy. For example, I can pull up a Kaching. I can pull up a Kaching aggravate team that I really enjoy using. Thing is, Nahida will be busy on the second half, so I'll have to use my Yao Yao. But my Yao Yao is okay. I have a team. I have an aggravate team where I use Yao Yao, but my Yao Yao is built to do damage for some reason. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking when I built my Yao Yao. It's just, I think it's what happened was that there was no actual guide from like Kaching mains or something like that about Yao Yao, and so I just went with like a random guide I found on the Yao Yao mains thingy. But for the purposes of this challenge and for, aggravate reasons, it probably works. Your legs hurt so much? Ah, that sucks. What happened? Did you have some physical accident or something like that? Did you go to the gym and tore a muscle or something? I mean, I can't relate. I am not particularly good at... Hold on, what is my... I don't do physical activity. I probably should, but I don't. What is my Kaching aggravate team actually? Like, exactly how does it look like? Okay, I wasn't going crazy. It's the Sucrose powered team because of Elemental Mastery. Okay. Do I want... Okay, so in that team... Work? Ah, manual labor then, huh? I feel you. My job doesn't typically require me... Actually, my job does not require me to do physical things at all. But sometimes, one time we had to bring up boxes and boxes and boxes of papers up like a few stairs, up a few floors. And so for some reason they grabbed the people in my area, in my department, and we're not built for that. And so that was tiresome. So that happened one day. But that was the most physical labor I've ever had to do in my life. Because my job, I'm an IT guy. My job is not a physical one. Running and lifting too much. I was really working for once. I'm tired already. Yeah, I feel you. I 100% feel you. Based on that, just that one day experience. Okay, we're gonna go. Yeah, it could also be an interesting one. I have two. I have that team set up as well. But for the sake of you know what? No. Do we want Yai main team or maybe okay, maybe we do both. Maybe we do. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing both because both my Yai and my Kaching are built for aggravate. So maybe we can take advantage of both. And then Yao, or not Yao, and then Sucrose for swirling that stuff, and then Yao. Kaching is probably going to be the main girl in this thing, and then we adjust the resonance so that we elemental resistance of nearby opponents decreased by 80% or elemental damage bonus of 70. Okay, but so we can get. Do you want to get elemental damage bonus or elemental resistance decrease? Let's get elemental resistance decreased. After using a little skill, and after using a skill or a skill hits or skill burst hits, or a triggering a dendro related reaction, by which we will be triggering a lot. Who's my favorite in Genshin or Star Rail? Well, it's different in both games, but it also depends on what you're talking about. Because if you're saying who's my favorite character altogether, just in general, Jean is my favorite character. Jean has been and remains my favorite character in all of Genshin. But she's not my favorite to use. Because it's not that I don't enjoy using Jean. I actually really enjoy using Jean. It's just that she fits in a few situations in a few teams that I have, built. And she can be a little bit icky to not icky. She can be a little bit tricky to work with. But she's really good. I really like Jean. I really like Jean as a player, as a character to play as, but also as an actual character in the game and the lore of Genshin, in the world of Genshin. She's my favorite. Overall, my favorite character. And then in Star Rail, it would be Himeko. Waifu who's Banda? Well, then for sure Jean. For sure Jean, then, yes. Like I think I said this exactly like this on a stream before. If Jean were to exist in real life, I would marry her. That's just facts. Jean is everything I would want in a woman. Not in a woman, in a partner. There you go. That's more correct to say. Speaking of Jean, for example, Jean could fit in this aggravate team. It's just that Sucrose does a better job in like grouping stuff and doing more anemo damage, I think. Plus we don't need two healers. But and then the next one, okay, the next one's gonna be easy, not even thinking about it. It's just gonna be you, and you, Soldier Boy, tell him. And then we gotta adjust the resonance so that this one actually gives us elemental mastery increase. Yes, it wouldn't hurt to have more elemental mastery in this team. So you know what? We'll try it out. Move my mic a little bit so that I position myself nicely. Okay. So what's the setup here now? Well, the setup here is going to be set up the turrets with Yaemiko, Swirl with Sucrose, Yao for the Dendro. I did it wrong. That's fine. And then we can do this. Boop. And that fucker's dead. Doosh, 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 doosh. And we can throw this again. Do this. Do this. Swirl this again. Swirl this again. Where are the enemies that are going to pop up? You there. Throw that. Ow. How dare you. We do that. Don't. Ow. That's fine. Don't look at my rotations and think, oh, that's how you play Genshin, because I'm terrible at this game. I know the rules of the game, and I am somewhat decent at, like, you know, planning stuff. But dear lord, I'm not the best. I don't know what the best way of doing these things is. I don't know what, like, makes the best rotations or something like that. But I understand the logic of it. Is there no? Okay, there we go. We need to swirl the Electro at least, and then do this. I mean, I'm getting, I think, a lot of points, right? We're setting up the turrets again. We're doing that. We're doing that. We're doing that. We're doing that. And then we're doing this. I see 60k on that, so it must be good, right? Oh, this is pure Electri. There's no Dendro right there. Whoops. That's fine. This is almost over anyways. We got almost 4k though here. So that sounds like it's good. We need like 4,000. I think the cutoff point is 4,000 for the rewards. So we're probably good on that rewards. No need to be sweaty. Oh, if there's one thing I'm not in this game is sweaty. I will be the first to admit that I am the least sweaty gamer. The only sweaty thing about me is that I literally get sweaty sometimes because it's hot where I live, and so it just happens that I get literally sweaty, not because I want to be better at the game or whatnot. I'm mostly triggering Bloom is what I'm seeing. But that's the thing, these fuckers are Hydra, so you would be triggering Bloom even with an aggravate team. So what's the deal? What's the deal with Bloom? But I'm triggering Quicken in between triggering some of the blooms, and that should be rocking the buffs of the thingy, right? Whoops. I meant to do this. That's right, yeah. Yeah, I understand the game mechanics. Fully taking advantage of them, I can't. I was watching one of the, you know how I mentioned before that I didn't watch the Star Rail concert because I was working on my thesis and also I had other things to watch. Well, the other thing to watch was actually a video by a content creator that I hadn't seen before. A content creator that is new to me, actually. Wait, what the fuck? Where? Oh. It's, I forget his name already. I am a fake fan. Not that I'm a fake fan. I legit didn't know who he was up until literally yesterday when I started watching the video. But because it's an hour and a half long, I saved the rest of it for today. It's a content creator that did a challenge run of Genshin. A challenge run of Genshin in just full stop. That's it. That's the sentence. He did a challenge run, of Genshin because he started a fresh new account and attempted to get 36 stars on Abyss in under 3 weeks, or rather in 3 weeks. So he literally started from scratch, kept it free to play, actually free to play and throughout his entire journey. And tried to beat Abyss because, in his words, he was trying to quote-unquote beat Genshin. But because Genshin is a live service game, you can't really beat it. And so the closest thing there is to beating this game is to actually 36 stars the Abyss. And he tried to do it. He tried to do it and documented the whole thing. And it's a really good video. It's a very long video, but it's a really good video nonetheless. It hooks you. Like the thing about long videos that I feel often gets overlooked is not overlooked, a little bit actually, is the narrative of it. I feel like if you have a really long video, you better have a good narrative throughout the whole thing, because that's what's gonna keep me engaged in your video. You'll try to go to sleep. No worries. Thank you for hanging out here, even when you were in pain. Go take care of yourself for me, okay? Go take care. I appreciate you hanging out. You'll be fine. You gotta go to the hospital for sorts. Don't worry about it. You got this. You got this. You got this. You got this. It'll be okay. I hope you get better though. I hope you get better. Just take care of yourself, and thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it a lot. I'll be seeing you then. Where were we? Oh yes, I got 7,000 points. I did this first one actually before. I did this first one until the next stream. That should be on Friday. We'll be doing some music on Friday, if all goes well. I did this one, and I tried to do like, well, I tried to use my own Heiso team and whatnot, because I didn't want to use the Scaramouche team. That I didn't want to use Scaramouche, basically. I was obstinate about it. But what was it? It wasn't great. I got the points though. That's what matters. You have to get at least 4,000 points. But with this one where I used two very strong teams, I got 7k points. Still not enough for a platinum badge. I'm pretty sure there's a platinum badge in this. Not that I care about that. Okay, so this is okay. So this one probably wants me to use Farina or something like that, because when a character's HP increases or decreases, their crit damage increases by 40% for 6 seconds. Okay, and then there's like a bunch of husks and the Breacher Primus. Okay, what are the characters that you get from me? Risley. Okay, I was thinking I could use Farina in one of them. Yes. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Wait, no. Yes. Yeah, no, I can't. Hold on. Yes. Yes, I can. I'm speaking with myself. Okay. So there's two possibilities. We can decrease defense of enemies after hitting them 3 times in a row within 3 seconds. We can gain an elemental damage bonus after hitting a normal charge or plunge attack. Ooh. Or increase the normal charge and plunge attacks. Okay, so there's a couple of choices that we can have here. Not going to do a DPS Shen Yun, because I don't think that's going to be particularly strong in this challenge. It'll be usable, but I don't know how strong it'll be. I'd much rather use Shen Yun as a buffer for a plunge team that could work. Right? Okay. So the buffer for a plunge team would mean that I could do a... Ooh, yes. Actually, yes. I could use Dillic Plunge in the second half. I could use Dillic Plunge in the second half by buffing the elemental bonus. Oh, wait, no. Buffing the plunging attacks. Yeah. Buffing the plunging attacks in the second half. Buffing the plunging attacks on the second half. And on the first half, I could go for a Risley team. Yeah, I can go for a Risley team. Because okay, here's the thing. I'm set on using my own characters, though they give you here the strongest DPS of the game right now. Probably not super well built, because, you know, it's trial character, but they give it to you. And Lord knows I have a good team for Nouvellette. Lord knows I do. But I don't quite know how to use him. And I have tried, and he is kind of clunky to me. Well, not clunky. It's hard for me to get used to the way he plays. Because the Kamehameha thing is a bit confusing to control in controller. But I can try. I can try. Oh, God. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. What do we do? What do we do? In contrast, I know that my Risley team will be fine. Probably not the strongest, but also it's quite fun to use. And I can use it comfortably, even without Farina. Because that's how I initially used it. And I know that Risley himself has buffs for when he lowers his HP and whatnot. Okay. We can do that. We can do a Risley. We can do a Risley team for the first half. It has more enemies, but a lot of them are weaker. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use my very first Risley team. Before Farina was even out. Before Farina was even out, I used this Risley team. I used Risley, Kokomi, Sucrose for grouping purposes. Or not, where's going on? Rosaria for more cryo, and Sucrose for grouping purposes. Or for grouping purposes and an emo, and then the Viridescent shred. That's what I used to use. Alternatively, Jean also works super well. But Jean works better in the team if Risley's paired with Farina, because Jean has the team-wide heal. So because Jean has the team-wide heal, it can mitigate the damage that Farina does to the team. Or rather, the HP drain that Farina does to the team. Shen Yun also works super well in a Risley team, but at that point, at that point, it's better to use Risley as a plunge attacker, right? Because like Shen Yun is kind of like Jean, but with the added benefit that she buffs plunge attacks, and so your plunge attacks are pretty good with the plunge attacks of the main damage dealer are pretty good with Shen Yun. So there's that. But if you don't want to do plunge attacks, Jean is the way to go. They both work. It's just different playstyles. Regardless, on the resonance here, what we got? Do we want to increase normal charge start? No, I think we want to increase elemental damage bonus. I think we want to increase elemental damage bonus. Or wait, no, the defense shred is percentage is not great. Well, it is great actually. It is pretty big, and we do hit quite often. Also, hi Squeegee, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How's your day been? Daniil had to go. He was a bit in pain, and so he went to bed. But how's your day been, Squeegee? How are we going? We're just figuring out how to tackle this event thing. We're talking strategy right now. Hope you're having a great day. Where was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh yeah, this is a Risley comp. And so we will be hitting a bunch of times. So the defense shred will trigger quite a bit. But I think we can honestly they're pretty similar, I feel like. You played Friday Night Funkin' for the update. Oh, I saw that actually. I saw that it was trending on Twitter, and so I clicked on it, and I saw that there's like a big animation that they made. Is it correct? Like a Pico animation? Was it Pico? Yeah. Pico and the other ones. Womp womp spirit. Ah! What's with the screaming womp? I don't understand what's the screaming, but also hi, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day despite the screaming. You got Lenny's weapon? Yo, that's sick. You want to know something? I mean, it depends on is it sick or is it not sick? Are you going for Arlecchino's weapon and you ended up like me and now you have this weapon? Is that the problem? Because not sick. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. So you kind of had a similar experience to me then. You ended like me. Ah, shit, that sucks. That's the problem with the. That is the problem of the godforsaken weapon banner. Oh well. You know what? The good thing about that, looking at the bright side of the whole thing, is that this is a really good bow for a lot of characters. So if you have Ganyu, for example, it's great in Ganyu. So my Ganyu has actually gotten an upgrade with this bow, so I'm not entirely mad at all. But if you don't have Ganyu, shit. I'm sure there's gotta be a character you have you have two of them. Fuck. Okay. Shit. Damn it. Crap. I can't I don't know what to tell you at that point. I would say, however, keep them. Even because, okay, keep them, do not refine them, because if the first one was Lenny and then with Yelan. Oh, okay. The first one was with Yelan. Okay. And then the second one you have right now, I'm sure there's got to be a character that you could use, that you could give him to. Hello, is that the woman that is schizophrenic? Ganyu? I don't think Ganyu's schizophrenic. Ganyu's workaholic, if anything. Also, hi, Burning. How's it going? How's your day been? We're just chilling. We're trying to do this event thing, but we're discussing what happened with Womp getting the Lenny's weapon for a second time. I don't know, saw a video on it of Ganyu being schizophrenic. Really? Ganyu killed someone with her thighs. I'm sure she could. I mean, there's this bit of lore here. Let's go get the bit of lore that people like to reference with Ganyu. It's in here, I believe. No, it's one of her stories. Something about her crushing a thingy with. Tomatoes, never on the way through profusely. No, it ain't that. 1,000 years. No, that's not it. No. No. Here's the thing. During the Archon War, she once choked a giant monster to death with ease after getting lodged in its throat when it tried to eat her. Said monster having fatally underestimated quite how wide her waistline was. There you go. She literally did, not someone, she killed a monster with her thigh. A monster at some point tried to eat her, but she was thick enough that the monster choked to death. How is she like that? I don't know. But she could do it. Ganyu could do it. Those thighs can kill, which is funny because those aren't the biggest thighs in the game. But apparently, when she was smaller, I suppose her thighs were thicker, so she might have like slimmed down after being so embarrassed that happened. She was very thick. She was thicker. She was thicker than she used to be. Some random YouTube video who returned back to Genshin and said something about schizo. Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if there are some characters that are somewhat schizophrenic in this game. Though I will say that the crazier characters are in Star Rail. The crazier characters are in Star Rail. The Genshin characters are pretty normal. Maxor? Yeah, okay. Don't take everything Maxor says seriously. Maxor will do a lot of jokes. Maxor speaks in like 3 jokes per second. Imagine being killed by their thighs. God, I wish that were me. Okay, let's not go crazy with that. But yeah, no, I don't think there's any particularly schizophrenic character. Okay, so there's Layla. Layla has like a double personality disorder. Would like the nun to be his waifu? Yeah. I mean, the nun is hot. Where's Rosaria? This is the nun. This is the nun. She is also hot. This is a hot character. I wouldn't mind being married to Rosaria. Besides, she could kick my ass, and I like the kind of woman that could kick my ass. Arlecchino's Eula's copy? Yeah, Arlecchino looks a lot like Eula, but I think that's just a coincidence. People like to do the evil Eula thing. Can we get them both like right next to each other by any means, by any chance? This is Arlecchino. This is Arlecchino, and then if we go to Eula, they have a very similar hairstyle. But that's just it. They just have somewhat similar, character designs. All the mommy waifu are hot. Yes. I said this. I always post. I've gotten used to posting my thumbnails for my stream on a subreddit on Reddit. That's redundant, but it's true. And the virtual YouTubers subreddit, just to promote myself and say, hey, I'm going live. And the thing I said for Jade is that I don't know how Hoyoverse keeps doing this, but every single character that they come up with is hot. And that is just straight up true. Coco Fish is ugly as fuck. No, what do you mean? What do you mean Kokomi's ugly? Kokomi's actually really pretty. I really like the way Kokomi looks. She's really pretty. Look at her. She's majestic. I like the way she moves. But I guess, you know what? That's perfectly valid. You know what? We all have our tastes. Rosaria. Oh, yeah. Rosaria's hair is actually short. That actually duped me for a long time. But Rosaria's hair is actually long. Not long. It's very short hair. It's just that the veil makes it look like she has longer hair. But she's hot either way. They look like twins, the two women. Yes. Well, I mean, this is an anime game. As much as we meme about it, this is an anime game. The anime inspiration is just obvious. Just add the redacted words that the women always have and make them bigger. You mean the booba? You mean the booba? Shen has 30 pixels of booba. Yeah, she's one of the bigger ones. Shenhe and Eula, I think, are like in proportion-wise. Proportion-wise, I think they're the biggest ones. I think Shenhe might have bigger boobs. No, well, I'm actually not sure. I think Sarah might have like the bigger boobs or something like that. Number one with the biggest. It could be, yeah. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it. I know that it's Shenhe and Eula that have the biggest proportions. Thick thighs save lives. Oh god, I was supposed to be doing the event thing and I got distracted by hot anime women. Yes, this is the way we're gonna do it. This is we're gonna Shen Yun. Shen Yun is not that thick though. I mean, Shen Yun is pretty thick, but I don't know if I don't know if people have made the calculations of which is bigger. I don't know if they like measured Shen Yun like they measured the earlier characters, because Yellen is like 28 or 29. When you're playing Genshin, it's impossible to not be distracted. It's not impossible. I just get distracted very easily. I got distracted by big, thick, hot anime women. Ain't that some shit? No, but it's true. I get distracted pretty easily. It's my undiagnosed ADHD. It's true. I feel like I have ADHD because I get distracted pretty easily. On stream is the thing. It's on stream where I get distracted the most. If I'm doing something else like schoolwork, I'm not distracted that easily. Which is why I feel like being on stream amplifies my ADHD that I have said that I have, and I really don't. I have no idea. I don't want to auto-diagnose myself that stuff because it's like a serious thing and you should probably get it checked. But I feel like I have something like that. I get distracted by big boba movie. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I sleep easily while in my school instead of in bed. Oh, that never happened to me. Actually, I think that happened only once. I am not qualified to say what is and what isn't ADHD. I just said it as a meme because sometimes it feels like I have it. But if you feel like you might have something like that and you're like concerned about it, talk to a therapist or something. Probably you should. Don't take my word. Don't take random anime guy. I mean, I guess I am in some capacity. Don't take the word of some random stranger on the internet and go get that stuff, tested if you feel like you could be one of those people who didn't sleep at school. I typically didn't. How is the therapist going to help me? Well, they know. They studied psychology and stuff. They know how to, diagnose that kind of stuff. They can. Well, I don't know if it's the therapist exactly that can like diagnose, but if the therapist maybe can identify something, and then the therapist will tell you, go see a neurologist or whatever, and they'll have a proper diagnosis or something like that. That's as much as I am willing to as I'm willing to admit, because that just sounds like natural to me, but I can't diagnose shit. Random anime guy. It is me. Am I not some random anime guy? Does my avatar not look anime enough? I sleep like 3 times this year on school. Oh, I mean, cool. The only time I distinctly remember sleeping in class was one time where I went to school in 3 hours of sleep. So I legit could not stay awake during the class. So yeah, Not enough booba so you aren't an anime guy? Fuck, I mean that he has a point. They have a point. I mean, canonically, I don't have. I was thinking about this. Okay, I'm going off the rails again. I was thinking about this earlier. Canonically, I've mentioned how I don't have a physical body and I'm just like a big gas, and I'm just like a big blob of gas that can like shape itself to the shape of a human. That way, like, you know, human clothes fit me. That's like canonically my avatar's, you know, form. So nothing is stopping me from like using my powers to create a couple big boobs on me. I mean, I'm the one who writes the lore. I'm the one who writes the lore. So I get to say that it is frigging is frigging possible. You almost said yeah, didn't you? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You're the My Hero Academia guy, the portal dude. I am. Well, not really. He was an inspiration, though. You're thinking of Kurogiri. But Shenhe's booba? I don't have Shenhe. Would have to go to the archives. Character archive. One of the references I sent my artist when I first contacted them about making this avatar for me, I was indeed Kurogiri from My Hero Academia. This is Shenhe. Shenhe is indeed one of the thickest characters in Genshin. She has big booba. She has big booba because she has this like thing that dangles in front of her like catsuit, and then this is her butt. Stay still. There you go. That's her butt. She just has a very big butt. Yes, I did. I did not mean to say. I did not mean to say yet. Though, okay. You want me to admit it? I could technically like the same thing about just shaping my gassy body to create like a big booba. Well, I could also do it to create a big yat. So there you go. Jesus Christ, let me... Bro is looking at women. Yes! That's perfect. Excuse me for getting distracted by pretty women. Lord save me. I'm gonna go to horny jail. There's no problem with me looking at anime women because I like anime women. Every feature on the screen, take notes. Yes, because anime women hot. Okay. What was the other team I was gonna set up? I had this whole thing going and then I got completely distracted. Right, Dillic Plunge. That's what I wanted to do. This is ready. This is ready. This is ready. I'm gonna, yes, bonk me. Oh my god, stream got weird. Stream got weird real quick. Okay, and then Shen Yun, and then Farina, and then Bennett. Where's Bennett? There's Bennett. And then for the resonance here, we're going for the plunge attack. We're going for the plunge. Wait, no. Plunge. Nope. There. It is funny. No. I fully welcome the shenanigans on stream. When we wait, the actual Booba Mummy is Bennett. What do you mean? Bennett is just some guy. He doesn't have Booba. No, but I wanted to say that whenever we get like super silly like this, that's when I usually have the most fun on stream. Is when we get silly. So I appreciate it. Those are what makes it. Those are the moments that make me realize that yeah, no, streaming is fun. Where else could we get this much silly? Where else? Went from raid thingy to simp on the women and take notes on their character design. I mean, yeah. Welcome to a Lance White stream. Yeah, you're lucky I didn't bust out freaking MS Paint to illustrate something because I like to do that sometimes as well. Okay, let's play the goddamn game. The game is played like this. You start with Rosaria, you do this, you then swirl Cryo with Sucrose, you then bust out Kokomi, and then you throw out Risley with his skill, and then you start blasting. Maybe sometimes you throw in a charged attack or whatever. How dare you stop hitting me? Okay, and then we repeat. We throw in Rosaria. We throw in Sucrose. We do that. We bring back Kokomi with the jellyfish, and then we do Risley's ult, and then we charge this shit, and then we keep going again. There you go. That's this game's this party's rotation and whatnot. I forgot the MS Paint thingy with the egg. Yeah, that was the thing that happened. That was the thing that happened. I explained how I cracked an egg on MS Paint. That was a funny bit. That was a funny bit, and I also explained last stream, I think it was. I also explained how notes and chords worked on a piano on MS Paint. So that was also quite fun. So yeah, come to a Whitelands stream. And originally we were meant to just play Genshin or something. But what ends up happening more often than not is I just go on a tangent and I just talk about whatever interests me. Or maybe we look at anime women. Or maybe I explain how I can't crack an egg. Tutorial on how to crack an egg, yes. That was that stream for a bit. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus, I keep getting hurt. Jesus, stop it. I'm starting to think maybe this wasn't the best team for this. Because I'm not doing that much damage. Oh, frick. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Oh, these guys are tough. These guys are legit tough, though. Can I get a yes? Thank you. Stop it. Can I get my ult back? Because if I get my ult back, this is gonna be dope. Because look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and I can at the very least kill one of them. Or all three of them, maybe. Who knows? Oh, look at that. Are you dead almost? No, you're not. Now you're gonna be dead. There you go. See? 2,500 points. And that's about it. That's about as much as I could do with this half. Okay. Now what? Oh, yeah. Andilic Plunge. Now, if I remember correctly, we do Farina... Farina first, Farina's skill, then ult, then Bennett's skill, then Shenyun skill, back to Bennett, we throw this, we do Shenyun ult, we throw Dillik ult, and then we start plunging. We gotta plunge. We gotta look where we're plunging. We don't want to waste my plunges. I wasted some plunges, but that's fine. And now, we start over. Don't you fucking dare. Where'd you go? Stay still for a second. Stay still for a second. Give me 1 second, chat. I'll be right with you. I'm just very concentrated right now. I did 100k on a plunge there. And that was dope. I did 69k on the plunge there, and that was nice. Okay. Okay. How's my egg cracking skills going along? I have never cracked an egg since then. No joke, that was the last time I cracked an egg. I want to try again. I want to try how to make I want to try to make carbonara again. It's just that, you know, I haven't set aside the time to do it yet. But I want to try it. I think the reason why last time went so bad was because I had my parents watching over me the whole time, and I hate that. I hate the pressure that they exert on me. So I feel like my egg cracking skills were nerfed because my parents just, you know, their watchful eyes, and they're like, oh no, you gotta do it like this, or you gotta do it like this. That they kept bothering me, and so that made me more nervous, and I didn't want to do it. Blame the parents, not the skill. No, I blame both things. I blame both things. It's not just my parents, it's both my parents and the fact that I suck. There we go. Give me the goddamn plunge. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I was supposed to do this. I still got the points anyway, and I got 5,300. So you know what? That is good. None of that matters anymore. There we go. 5,430. But yeah, no, that's what happened. Like, because here's the thing. We have a small kitchen, and we all cook at the same time. We don't eat dinner together a lot of the times. Everyone just picks what they want to cook, and they cook it. And so what ends up happening is that I want to use the kitchen because I want to cook some noodles or whatever, and then they want to use the kitchen because they want to cook freaking something else, some steak or whatever. And I just don't want to eat steak. So we all end up using the kitchen at the same time for different purposes. And I picked a terrible time to cook the thing that I wanted to cook because it was more complicated and I needed space and I needed to focus on doing the recipe as the tutorial said. But my parents were like, no, you got to do like this. And then they're like all open your head and be like, no, you got to do like this. You got to do like this. That shit right there, that's going to get burned. And then you got to do it like this. And and that just drove me mad. And so I'm not saying that if they aren't there, I'm going to do better. I'm saying I will be more comfortable at the very least. Because if I do it on my own and I mess up, that's it. It's just myself to blame. But I wasn't doing it on my own. I was trying to do it on my own and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't do it on my own. See? And that affects things. Okay? So that is my final say on why my carbonara ended up sucking, because I had a lot of outside pressure on it and I just messed it up. Overall though, I will say, at least they tried. Yeah, no, they try to help. I know they don't mean they don't mean to be mean or anything like that, but it's just, it's the effect they have on me. And because I tend to be a nervous wreck a lot of times, that's what happens. But it's fine. Freak you, me. Yeah, no, that happens. I get mad at myself all the time as well. But yeah, I feel like I can try again, but I gotta try again on a day where I'm alone in the kitchen. If I can have the kitchen by myself and my parents are nowhere to be seen to judge me, I feel like I can do better. And if I do terrible there, I know that at the very least, it would be my fault because I made a mistake or something, or didn't follow the recipe quite correctly. But because my parents were like interrupting me all the time, and it was annoying. So at the very least, it'll be more comfortable if I do it by myself. So the next time I try to make carbonara or something that's a bit more, of a complex dish, I'll try to do it while I'm by myself. And if I mess up, it's on me. So yeah. That is the final verdict. Whose fault is it? It's just a mixture of things. You can't really say. All things considered though, the carbonara wasn't bad. It was just not that great. Right? Because I didn't mess it up that bad. It's just that the eggs got a little scrambled, and that's about it. That's like the biggest thing about it. That was pretty much it. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay, so what's the deal with this next thing? When a character receives healing, their crit rate increases by 20%. I think we'll do this one, and I think I'll call it a day for stream right there, because I have been live for like 2 hours, and my throat's starting to hurt now. But yeah, give me 1 second. Let's see. Let us see. Healing. That's what carbonara is. Carbonara is pasta with a sauce. Carbonara is the sauce. Carbonara is the sauce, and the sauce is just egg, bacon, and pepper. Search it up. Yeah, that's pretty much what carbonara is. It's just egg and bacon. And I messed that up. But it's easy, but it can be... Okay, here's the thing. It's easy, but it's also easy to mess it up, which is what happened to me. It's easy to make. It's easy enough that I could somewhat make it, but because it's easy to mess it up, I mess it up too. Just took a glance and guessed it was. Yeah. Technically speaking, carbonara is just the sauce, which means that you could probably just carbonara anything if you really want, if you really set your mind to it. Yeah. Ooh, Baiju. Wait, they're giving me a trial Baiju. I can do the funny Baiju Farina Hyperbloom team. That's really fun. It's similar to my Nahida Hyperbloom team, but with Baiju and Farina instead of Nahida and like Xingqiu, for example. So that could be interesting. Okay, we'll do that. But which side do I want to do that on? I feel like I want to do it on the second one because it has more annoying enemies than the first half. The first half I can probably tackle with something else. And we get a buffs every time a character is healed. Or triggering a hydro-related reaction. How about the little girl who uses a train to fight? A train? What the heck? What do you mean a train? Who do you mean? Mean a character who uses a train? Oh, I can't go to look because I'd have to get out of the whole menus and everything like that. But I don't exactly know who you mean. Oh wait, do you mean Farina? Because Farina like pulls up like the whole scenario thingy, and I'm pretty sure there's a train in there. Yellow background, I mean. I don't exactly know who you mean. Talking about the train twins from Blue Archive? No. Black hat, brown hair. Black head, brown hair. Oh, Hu Tao? No. She's not a train conductor. That's just a normal hat. She works at a funeral parlor. No. Hu Tao wouldn't particularly work in this because Hu Tao doesn't like getting healed. Hu Tao actually doesn't like being healed. Yeah. Oh, I like that you thought that was a train conductor hat. That's adorable. No, that's not a train conductor hat. But it kind of does look like one now that you mention it. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Let me think. So we're gonna do the Baiju team for the second half because that sounds like it has more annoying enemies, especially with the thunder, with the rift hounds is what I mean. With the rift hounds, that's gonna be annoying. But this one has Pyros Limes, some Nobushis, and like the most annoying ones are the Eremite girls, the Eremite waifus. Thank you for the follow. I cannot read your name. I'd have to go all the way to Twitch because my thingy doesn't work. I'm sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Thank you for the follow, Lily B 97. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out. Where was I? Yes. Setting things up. I'll lost track. Because I know that... okay, so I know my team for the second half. Now the question becomes, who do I use for the first half? There isn't anyone in particular that could be, notable here. It has to be someone that, heals... that can get healed. I mean, honestly, it could be in the Hida Hyperbloom team. Wait, no. It could 100% be in the Hida Hyperbloom team because Kuki heals. And presumably, the character healing, the character receiving healing means that it triggers even if it's overhealing. And because Hyperbloom most of the time, because Kuki in Hyperbloom is most of the time overhealing, like the healing is not necessary. Okay, we're doing the Hida Hyperbloom on the first half. Because, oh, but that would lock me out of using Yelan on the second half with Farina. Oh, but we can use Xingqiu, right? I don't see why not. Oh, but I use both Farina. Wait, no, I'm correct. I could use Xingqiu on the second half. Yeah, because Nahida Hyperbloom... oh, no, never mind. My Nahida Hyperbloom team uses both. Right, it uses both Xingqiu and Yelan. Which means that for Baiju Hyperbloom, I'd have to use Farina and then who? Who could I use? You eating watermelon? Is it good? I hope you're enjoying it. I'm not the biggest fan of watermelon, I'm gonna lie. We can go... okay, we can go with not a Hydra one, but we could go for like a Kazuha that can swirl. Yes, that's what we're doing. Okay. We're doing a Hida Hyperbloom. Okay. There's a Hatsune Miku collab with Genshin? Really? Not in the game, of course, because like otherwise I would have seen it, but I believe I would believe you if it was like some sort of a I don't know, like a cafe collaboration or something like that. They do those a lot. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There you go. Okay. And then here, instead of do we want energy recharge? No, not particularly. We want an elemental damage bonus. Let's get an elemental damage bonus. We might actually do the elemental damage bonus for both thingies, actually. And then on the second half, I said I would use I would go like this, like this, like this, and then it has to be someone that can trigger Hyper Bloom. So, for example, who? Raiden, I guess. My Raiden is not exactly built for Hyper Bloom with this build, but she's probably gonna work. She's probably gonna work. She's probably gonna work either way. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. I could just go Yae. Yeah, Yae is better built for that stuff, for that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going like this. Baiju, Yae, Furina, Kazuha. That's the team. It was a concert of some kind with Genshin. Oh, really? Would you look at that? That would be interesting to look into, actually. Because I kind of like Miku. I'm not the biggest fan of Miku. I haven't listened to a lot of her songs and stuff. But I do know enough about it. And whenever I hear a Vocaloid track, I'm like, oh no, I like this. You watch her song video thingy. A lot of YouTube animators like Jaden. Yes, Jaden Animation is a really big fan of Miku. And Alpharat, well, Alpharat is really big friends with Jaden. Also, hi Ven. How you go? How you going? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You love Hatsune Miku? Yes, it's been mentioned. It's been mentioned, and now we're talking about it. And now I'm here, not pretending to be a fan of Miku, because I am a fan of Miku. It's just that I don't listen to that much of Miku. Do we want to increase crit damage? No, because crit is not necessarily a thing that we need for the reaction based teams. So we're going like this. Never went to a concert and never had any concerts near me. Oh, same. There's like no shot that there's ever going to be a Hatsune Miku concert near me. I don't know if they've ever made a Hatsune Miku concert in Argentina in the first place. I feel like I would have found out about it if it happened, but I'm pretty sure I don't know it. So my relationship with Miku is that I know most of the famous songs. Like if you're talking like World Is Mine and like Rolling Girl and stuff, I know all of those songs. I like all of those songs. But that's pretty much it. I know the big popular songs. I just know those. Does that make me enough of a Miku fan? Cause in my eyes that's not a lot. Like there's a lot about Miku that I legit do not know. You're farming for Arlecchino? So am I. So am I. I mean, I've already done my farming for today, but I am currently at this point, the only thing that my Arlecchino is missing is like a little bit of like, I think I need to kill some more golems for the weapon, because I have her. I've gotten her signature weapon, the big scythe, and so I need to get it to level 90. And then the only other thing missing at that point would be, oh god, I'm getting stuck. What the fuck? I'm almost dead. How am I almost dead? How the fuck did that almost happen? What? Who burned me? Hold on. What the fuck? Why am I stuck? Heal me, please. Heal me. Oh god. Jesus Christ. What? How did that happen? You burned me to death. Holy crap, I was not expecting that. Jesus. I've heard of triple baka. Yes. That's all I know. I don't know the lyrics. Something like that, right? Or Fukideta. Yes, I also know Fukideta, but that's not Miku. That's what's her name? Teto. Kasane Teto. I do know that too, so don't worry. Like, I'm well versed in the whole sphere. It's just that I don't know that much. I feel like there's much more about it that I don't know. Like, for example, producers. I know very few Vocaloid producers off the top of my head. Like, I know of a Woaka, but more so because he eventually went on to be the singer of the Hitori band, and I like that. But I only found out later that he was a Vocaloid producer. Same with Kenshi Yonezu. I like Kenshi Yonezu for his music, like the My Hero Academia opening that he did. And only later I went to find out that he was actually a Vocaloid producer as well. Have you heard of Ado? Yes, of course. I love Ado. That one I can tell you. I do love Ado. I have listened to a majority of Ado songs. I don't think I've listened to her entire discography, but whenever she drops a new song, I'm in there. Are you kidding me? She's great. And she has covered a bunch of Vocaloid songs. So basically, I know the biggest Vocaloid songs, mostly because creators that I know of have covered them. Right? That's usually the case. Okay, so we do this. We do that, and then we do this. And then we do this. We set this up again. We do that. We bring them all close to me. And then we start hitting with this guy who heals us. And then we do Hyper Bloom with him. Because this team is fun. Okay, maybe that may not be the best, setup. But you know what? It works, I suppose. Bring back Kazuha. Bring back Karina. Do the ult. Do this. Yeah, it doesn't have her ult back yet, and now she does, so we do that. Baizu has his ult. Favorite Vocaloid is V-Flower Kyoteru. I know there's a... I think I know who you mean. I know there's a Vocaloid named Flower. That much I know. I think I know a few songs by... with that Vocaloid, but I'm not entirely sure. Ow. I'm thinking of there's a Empress. There's a song called Empress by a Vocaloid producer called what's his name? Worked with Callie with Mori Calliope of Hololive. Fucking Meiko and Hatsune Miku. Okay, Meiko I don't know. Meiko, you got me there. With Meiko you got me. I actually don't know who that is. Fuck, I'm trying to remember who was the Vocaloid producer that worked with Callie that made Empress. Because Callie made an English version of Empress. And then like Polka did a cover of the original as well, which was pretty good. And that was a song by this Tenny Woha. Yes, Tenny Woha was the one I was thinking. Flower has a great voice along with Kyoteru. Ah, there you go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the original version of Empress that Tenny Woha made with a Vocaloid was made with Flower the Vocaloid. But that's about as much as I know. I think that might be the only song by that particular Vocaloid that I know of. But it is really good. Oh, we're almost done anyway. This isn't gonna work. I mean, it is gonna work, but there's not much more to be done. Brown hair girl with red clothes, if that rings a bell. Oh, visually I have no clue. Visually I have no clue. Here, let me look it up. Let's see. How does Flower the Vocaloid look like? Oh wow. That's supposed to be their design? Okay. It's actually kind of cool. Not exactly what I was expecting it to look like. There's like two versions. There's one that's pretty much like a Shota type of character. And then there's another one that has like big long hair and is looking more like a girl. Are they both Flower? How does it work? Flower's a tomboy. Oh, so it's a girl. There's 3? What? Okay. Got 41 bowls in 4 days for Arlecchino. Am I cooked? Depends on your pity. Technically speaking, you're never cooked because you never know how you can get lucky. Listen, I got Arlecchino within 30 pulls, so make of that what you will. So with 41 pulls, technically speaking, there's always a chance to get Arlecchino. It's just a matter of how much you believe in yourself. I'm at 41 pity either way. And have you won your last 50-50? Or are you going towards the 50-50? Because if you're going towards the 50-50, then good luck. If you're guaranteed, then you're good. And then the other one was name Kyoteru. This one I legit have no idea. This just looks like a dude. What the fuck? This just looks like a dude in a suit. Okay. Why is there an image of her of him with a little girl? Kai Yuki? That's another Vocaloid? See, this is the part of Vocaloids that I don't know. This is the part of Vocaloids that I don't know. Like, who are the different characters and stuff? I just know the main ones. You lost your 50-50 to Dea? Well, then you're good. And then you're good. Just keep playing the game, doing the daily stuff, and you'll probably be able to get Arlecchino relatively soon. You still got like 2 weeks of her banner, so yeah. This is his student. I mean, I'm looking at a picture that makes it very questionable, and I don't want to. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna pretend that's not a thing. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go back to the. I'm gonna go back to the Genshin thing. Let me claim my daily rewards that I haven't done that yet. Where are we? Yes. Whoops. What do you mean, whoops? Vocaloid fandom can be very questionable sometimes. Oh, okay. No, but that's fine. I get it. I mean, it's not fine, but I understand what you mean. Even if I'm not into the whole fandom thing, it's still like a subsection of the anime community, right? It's very, very related to the anime community. So I know what the anime community can get up to, and so it doesn't surprise me that there's something similar in the Vocaloid community as well. I just learned to you know, face it out, if you will. Ooh. Shout out to the random guy who gifted me a Welkin. Oh god, that never happened to me. I wish that happened to me, but it never happened to me. Let me see. Okay, so there's a web event. There's a web event. Let's do the little let's do the cute little web event before wrapping up. This little thing, because it's adorable. Rib bro. It's fine. It's fine. Genshin is generous enough that I can... Well, not generous enough. Genshin is good enough that I can pretty much get everything that I want within what the game gives me, right? So I'm good. I got like 40k Primo Gems. I don't necessarily need that many more. You finished the whole web event already? I'm pretty sure I can finish it right now. With whatever the game... With whatever I have to do today, I'm pretty sure that's everything I need to do. Because I don't think there were that many other things that I haven't done yet. Like, what do you want? This is essentially the same game mode as like the mixing drinks in Star Rail. Okay, so the grass from Liyue is definitely worth trying, especially with a bit of fruit flesh. With rather vibrant sensation to offer. So wait, so do you mean... This is confusing now. So do you mean this? And then this? And then this? Is that what you mean? I'm pretty sure this is not it. Nope, he doesn't like it. He hates it. Okay, so I was right with this, with some fruity taste. Okay, so you wanted the fruits. Well, this also looks very vibrant. Excuse me, Fontanian man. This is what you wanted, right? Fruit, yes, I see it. Farina, hi. Oh, you gave me chocolate. Like baby metal. You give me chocolate. No, chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. That's another one I like. I like Japanese music. I like quiz me about Japanese music, and I might be able to answer your questions. Chocolate, bubbles, and mint. Let me see what she says. Tasteless base to neutralize the texture without overshadowing, along with a little floral aroma to enhance the drinks over. Well, floral does make me think of mint, so chances are it is what you mean. What you mean. That and chocolate. Let's see. This looks very generic. I don't think this is... No, it's not what she likes. It was this one. Okay. So it's this... This... How the fuck was I supposed to know? What about this speaks floral? There we go. That's clearly it because it looks like a Farina drink. It's fine. It's fine. It's not like it's, you know, punishing or anything like that. Okay, so start with this, then add some fresh tea fragrance. Tea fragrance. This looks like tea fragrance. Paired with only tasteless and gentle base water. Is that it? Does the order of things matter? I don't know if it matters. Why is sometimes floral mint and sometimes it's a stupid mystery jam? I wish I could tell you, but it like literally I was playing yesterday and I was questioning the same thing. An aged fragrance pairs well with that, with bubbles. Doesn't need some cool sensation to complement it. See, it says cool sensation. What gives a cool sensation? Mint. So if I do this and I do this, what do you mean aged fragrance? I'm just going to put the green thing on it. This is probably not it. But I don't have enough information. Oh, it was perfectly it. Okay, it was literally all green stuff. Okay, fine. Melazine. Everyone looks so cute in this thing. Okay, so start with some coffee beans. Imported ingredient from Liyue. So the grass probably. Refreshing flavor. Well, refreshing is mint to me. Am I wrong? I am not wrong. The Melazine is happy. Grass is a Liyue thing. Yeah, I figured as much. Love the sweetness thing. If only there's a rich and fragrant drink to go with it. Some extra tea aroma. So you want the tea thing. And then rich and fragrant. The mint again? Oh, I already did the thing. So you want bubbles, I suppose? Is that it? No? Coffee? What the fuck is rich and fragrant about coffee? For crying out loud. You know, the robots in the Star Rail event are way more, you know, understandable. Oh, Paimon. Hi, Paimon. Refreshing bubbles. Okay. So clearly these two things. And then what? Wait, I can add two of them? What the fuck? Since when can I add two of those things? Okay. Two slime and one bubble. Apparently that was the thing about this. You forgot about this event? Ah, you can probably do it. Oh, wait, no, hold on. No, but you probably are right. Like, I'm pretty sure I cleared it at this point. But it only took me 3 days. It's probably going to run for longer than 3 days anyways. So you probably still got time. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I wouldn't worry too much. So you're probably going to be okay. Let's see. We can check here. It'll last until May 6th. Oh, you still have time. I finished it in 3 days. You still got time. Even if you like just log in today, tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow, you'll be fine. Or even if you don't want to log in tomorrow and just log in a couple days from now, you still got time. It's not impossible. And if you do miss this event, it's fine. At worst, you're gonna end up missing what? 100 primos or so at most. What are all the awards? Okay, hold on. This is 10, 20, 20, 30, 40. Math. How do math? How do math? 10 and 30, and then another 30 is 60, and then 80, 120. You'll be missing 120 primos, which isn't even enough for a single pull. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not that like these web events are the ones that, you know, give out the most amount of rewards or anything like that. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Did I get the reward here? I did. What's this in what's this in here? Oh right, commission rewards. Give me. It does look fun. It is fun. It's like a more relaxed version of the Star Rail event that we had, where we made drinks. Like no story or anything related to it. So yeah, I appreciate it. I like those little like fun, tiny, small events in between all the things. Apparently I never did the Fremine trial. So Fremine trials, why the fuck not? At this point I really have nothing else to do. I'm just stalling until the end of stream. Or I could just end it right now and just call it a day. But you know what now? I'm doing this now. Fremine, what does Fremine even do? Is he good? Daniil asked earlier if Fremine was good, and I ended up saying I don't think he's good, but mostly because I legit don't know if he's good. Like, I don't know what he's supposed to do. Is he like a physical damage dealer? What the heck is his deal? Is he a cryo damage dealer? Well, what? I don't understand his supposed role in the Genshin roster. But they're pairing him up with Mika, and Mika's a physical support, so I presume he's also supposed to be a physical support, right? Probs? I don't know. And it's not like you can get a really good image of who the character or how the character plays like with this with these trials and shit, because they're always so terrible with the builds. They don't give you nearly enough info as you need, like you need of how a character plays as. So it's hard for me to figure out how the fuck am I supposed to feel about Fremine after doing that. All I know is that I got some rewards, and that's all that matters. Here, I'll show you the status of my Arlecchino before we go, because it's like the last thing that we did since going live on Genshin, and it has changed a little bit. If I had Chevrus, maybe someday I'll be able to get Chevrus, I would run my Arlecchino in an overload team comp, but so far I don't have that. So chances are what I'm going to end up doing with my Arlecchino is running her in this team as a replacement for Hu Tao, because it's also another one of her best teams, and so it's going to be like this. And so far, her build is it's not at all. It's nothing. I got nothing with her. I got nothing for her. Unfinished Reverie is no, not Unfinished Reverie. It's a Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy, the one that she wants, and I have absolutely jack shit artifacts to give her. Like, I suppose that's a possibility because it got crit rate, and then here we got nothing. This has some crit rate. These, they both suck. These, oh god, they both suck. That sucks. So my Arlecchino has nothing, and so presumably what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna be stuck farming that stupid domain for the foreseeable future, and maybe one day I'll have a proper Arlecchino to use. But so far I managed to get her to level 90, so that's cool. And her weapon is at level 70, so that's cool. I need one more of this. One more? Oh, wait, we can actually... Ooh, we can target them. I actually didn't know that. Wait, that's good. Hold on. Hold on. Her weapon is so good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the type of guy that pulls for weapons. I am not. I clearly am not the type of guy that pulls for weapons. But Arlecchino's weapon looked too cool for not pull. And I know that... And the thing is, I know that Arlecchino has free-to-play weapons that are, like, good. And with those free-to-play weapons, she'll be fine. She will do good damage anyways. But because I'm a sucker for the aesthetic of the scythe and how it looks on her, with, like, her specific thing, because, like, only she can make it look like a scythe, right? That's the whole reason why I ended up pulling for her. And I hate that. And I hate it because I ended up losing both 75... No, I didn't lose both 75-25s. I lost one 75-25, which gave me the... this thing, which gave me Aquila Favonia, and then I lost the other one. I didn't lose the other one. I just got the bow instead of getting the scythe. And so I had to go all the way. 200, almost 200 pulls for just the weapon. But you know what? No regrets. Okay. I'll leave it at that then. I'll be calling it off right now. I'll be coming back on Friday doing music probably. And that's it. I have to go. I may raid someone. Stay here for just a second while I figure out who to raid. I'll be seeing you when I see you. Bye bye.